views expressed on this program are those of the hosts, guests, and callers, and are not necessarily those of this station, its management, or other advertisers. You're listening to Transformation Talk Radio.
You are listening to Living Lighter Radio. I'm Jason.
And I'm Patricia, with an ecosystem approach to your life. Tune in every Monday at 1 p.m. Pacific on Transformation Talk Radio.
Living Lighter provides a revolutionary way to address what's truly holding you back. We have the tools you need to reach your goals and at the same time be living lighter.
Join us now for a Living Lighter experience. This is Living Lighter Radio, and I'm Patricia. I'm here with my husband, Jason. Today, we're talking about having a great Thanksgiving. We use an ecosystem approach to you, which is much different than what you are commonly taught. We see human beings as ecosystems that need to be uncovered instead of programmed. Human potential becomes infinite with our ecosystem approach. You know, Jason, when I was growing up, I was taught that the way to have a great Thanksgiving was to make great food, make everyone's favorite dish, and create amazing decorations and make it an event. Is that right?
Well, sort of. The way to have the best Thanksgiving is working with the energy. It's really not about the specifics of the meal, the decorations, or trying to make everyone happy.
Okay, wait. Let's back this doggy bus up for just a minute. What you're saying is I could serve anything and it would be okay. I don't have to break my tail and jump through hoops trying to make everyone else happy. Is that what you're saying?
Well, when I say making the energy, working with the energy or making the energy so it's attractive and feels good and people are happy in that energy. You know, typically having good food helps the energy, but it doesn't necessarily, it's not essential. And it's not necessarily the only thing. Now, people may stay away if your food sucks. You know, if the turkey got run over a couple of times before it got to the
Grandma
to the plate.
got run over by a reindeer. Oh, that's not a turkey. Excuse me.
But I've usually seen the opposite, where people are so obsessed with the details of Thanksgiving.
He couldn't be talking about me.
The energy gets lost. Just having it welcoming and fun and warm and feeling connected is an energy that you can't, there's no formula to get that energy. In other words, having good food may help to create good energy, but it can be sabotaged with bad personalities. So no matter how delicious the turkey, if grandma is a grump and makes everybody unhappy and everybody uncomfortable, it's probably going to override the great dressing or turkey or whatever cranberry dish you made.
That just brought up the thought. How many TV shows have you seen? Even the 30-minute ones where somebody in the crowd, at some celebration is the grump and everybody, doesn't want to be around them. What we're talking about today is when you change the energy, of a situation,
the event,
exactly. What happens is that even the Grumposaurus can actually enjoy themselves.
And some families have multiple Grumpusauruses. If the whole family is a Grumposaurus, stay away.
There you go. So, let me ask the question then. Does getting the family together, which is often the desire for the matriarch and patriarch of the family, is that a good thing?
Again, the answer is sometimes. If it comes from neediness or loneliness of one person or a couple people, it's not likely to be successful. the key to creating the right energy for a family is so that it wants to come home and be together. Force, trickery, manipulation, seduction creates toxic energies that are not sustainable. The whole key to having a connected family is to make these family events to create good energy. And if bad energy has been created, you're going to have to overcome that bad energy to change it, to change the situation.
Okay, wait a minute. Let's remind our listeners that the reason we want to create good, positive, great energy is so that we can, number one, be happy, of course. Well, I shouldn't say number one, but being happy and
feeling connected,
but having great health. When we, what is it you say? You don't have anything. You can have all the money in the world, but if you don't have your health, you have nothing. In a way, that's very, very true. So if you change the energy, and we're all getting ready to go into that Thanksgiving dinner, if you change the energy, starting with yourself, you can change the grumposaurus. You can change even your resistance to going.
When you're having bad health, which what Patricia is trying to say is when you're having bad health, it's hard to have good energy because you're in pain. Right. You're coughing all over the place.
Or you don't feel good.
Yes.
Until you're having to expend all your energy on yourself and then everybody else wants your energy, that kind of thing.
Or you talk about all your aches and pains at the
nobody wants to
table.
hear it. The only one that's going to sympathize with you is the turkey.
Yes.
So, okay. All right, Jason. So what happens if you're attending a family event, but you don't want to go?
Well, a lot of people that I know that's common.
Mm-hmm.
And usually it's because the energy at the event isn't very positive.
Or it sucks.
And there may be old family issues where your mom always says, well, how come you're not married? Or your dad always brings up your choice of career.
Or your choice of a partner.
Yes. Or someone puts their finger in your gut and says, oh, a little bit too much holiday cheer there or something. Yeah. These things, out in public may not be very,
they're not appropriate no matter what.
You can dismiss them. But when they happen from someone who's close, like your mother or father or a close relative, it hurts, it stings, and it can make you not want to go. So here's what I suggest. What you have to do in this situation is first change the energy for yourself. There's no absolute right answer.
And so how do you do that, Jason?
You use the ecosystem approach. You do clearing. You clear those issues.
Okay.
So if you have this ongoing discussion with your father, for example, about the career you chose, mm-hmm. clear the hurt around that.
And even the disappointment.
The feeling that you have to defend yourself. Mm-hmm. The feeling that you're not heard. The resentment, the bitterness, the anger, because you're being judged constantly. Right. You may decide after you clear all that says, I still don't want to go.
Well, okay.
So, and that's up to you. There's with the ecosystem approach, there's no formula. There's no saying you have to do this or you have to do that. But when you clear the energy, then you get clear about what's really in your best interest. There are some families, and we've seen this. We've dealt with a lot of clients where the family environment is so toxic that it's just better for people to stay away.
Yes.
And there's somewhere by clearing the negative energy, the toxic part of the family doesn't seem so toxic anymore. And the truth is, it's that energy that was repelling was connected to your particular issues. It's not about blame. It's not about shame. I'm not saying that you're bad because those energies are connected to you. I'm saying that your behavior and how you feel about the world is connected to the negative energy attached to you.
So wait a minute. Let's define that out just a little bit, Jason. That's really, really important. Things like jealousy and anger and hurt and disappointment and unworthiness. Those are the things that when you start using the ecosystem approach and you start clearing those things for you, then you don't walk in with those energies. I'm talking about to like Thanksgiving dinner, and where other people can attach themselves to those negative energies about you.
Exactly. Now, sometimes, and this happens with all types of relationships, but as you clear them, it clarifies them.
Yeah.
And again, we're not giving you a rule. We're not saying you should do this or you should do that. But when you start clearing the energies for yourself, it clarifies situations. And you get to understand, well, okay, yes, that person's my brother, but maybe he shouldn't be in my life. Or maybe that person is my parent, but not having it.
Or it could even go the other way and say, I know my father is judgmental and all those things, but I love him anyway.
And that's when healing happens.
Exactly.
We're talking about the negative, but we have to talk about the positive. A lot of times when you clear those negative energies, you find a way to create the bridge.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting.
Again, there's no one size fits all. There's no one answer at all.
Okay. Yeah. So, all right, Jason, what are the key points of this segment?
Getting sucked into the specifics of an event is a huge distraction. Always focus on the energy. Mm-hmm. Traditional teaching for having a great holiday are techniques and strategies that don't necessarily change the energy. And that a great Thanksgiving is always about the energy. Things don't have to be perfect.
I have a great story about that.
So if you've dropped the turkey just before everybody walks through the door, it's not about that.
And when you're done doing the points, I have a story. We have a moment we can do that. And what's the last point, Jason?
Everyone has family issues. The holidays are an opportunity to clear them.
And that's the biggest point about all of this. Years ago, when I was about 10, we went to my aunt's house. And my uncle, the turkey was heavy, so he pulled the turkey out of the oven. It was done, and it slid off the pan, slid across the room, and hit the wall, and the dressing oozed out all over the floor. He didn't laugh, but the rest of us were just howling. It was hilarious. So with that said, stay tuned. When we come back, we're going to talk about politics and Thanksgiving and the energy approach you need to deal with it. This is Living Lighter with Jason and Patricia, with an ecosystem approach to your life. You're listening to Transformation Talk Radio.
Gifted intuitive healer and spiritual teacher Sarah Luce brings her unique style to the hit show Small Steps, Big Breakthrough Radio on TransformationTalkRadio.com. Tune in each month as Sarah turns reality on end and shows us how to experience expansive results with simple yet powerful steps. Expect an enlightening bend on what you currently believe is possible. For show details and upcoming topics, visit sarahluce.com. That's SARALOOS.com.
Introducing New Soul Science, an introductory course with Ruby Betty, offering profound wisdom alongside radically simple concepts and techniques that collapse time, allowing instantaneous personal transformation. The foundational techniques of this introductory course reveal the profound inner ability each human has to access and fulfill their individual soul script or soul promise. Awakening this ability leads to the mastery of one's destiny. The concepts are totally original, immensely powerful, and completely revolutionary. They ignite an infinite fire within each listener, fueling one's ability to live out their unique soul promise. Are you ready to become more aware and access amazing personal transformation? This course is available now at rubybetty.co.
Dream on, fly high, and live adventurously on The Laura Meeks Show. Tune in each month on Transformation Talk Radio as host Laura Meeks guides you in finding your unique gifts and bringing them to life. As a certified life coach, speaker, and veteran bomber pilot for the U.S. Air Force, Laura knows how to follow a dream. She is ready to support you so you can dream on, fly high, and live adventurously. For more information on Laura and her work, visit flyhighliving.com.
Are you ready to embrace your essence and the magic of who you are? Let me, Emily Perkins, hold your hand and walk with you as we go treasure hunting for the gold that lies within you. Tune in to Love Living Radio every second and fourth Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern on TransformationTalkRadio.com. For more information, visit lovelivingHolistics.com.
Conscious Confidence Radio, a timeless wisdom with Sarah Main. Tune in each month on Transformation Talk Radio and join Sarah on an adventurous journey to the deeper level of meaning to move beyond today's world of constant change, confusion, and uncertainty beyond the shadow of fear. This hit show explores key concepts such as confidence, values, and attitude in a dynamic way. To learn more about Sarah and her work, visit sarahmain.com.
This is Living Lighter Radio with Jason, and I'm Patricia. We're talking about politics at Thanksgiving with the family. We use an ecosystem approach to you, which is much different than what you are commonly taught. We see human beings as ecosystems that need to be uncovered instead of programmed. Human potential becomes infinite with our ecosystem approach. You know, Jason, I know you don't like to give blanket statements about anything. So what can you say about politics at Thanksgiving? Is there an ecosystem approach to politics at Thanksgiving?
Yes. And here's how you would approach politics at Thanksgiving or any family gathering. The key question to ask yourself is, what is my motivation? You always start with yourself. What is my motivation? And then, what is the motivation for the person who's talking politics? Is it to bully? Is it to abuse? Is it to relieve their angry emotions? Or is it to consider other points of view?
Well, that's a question.
Let's start with yourself. I mean, if you understand that you're trying to relieve your angry emotions, you better clear them as opposed to talk about politics and get all worked up.
Okay, and if you think about it, if you clear these angry emotions before you get to Thanksgiving, think you might be able to have a discussion, not a fight, but think you might be able to have a discussion that could be worthwhile, and you actually might hear something worthwhile.
Exactly. Sometimes even with a bully or someone who's just trying to
get attention
or put their angry emotions out there, there's always a benefit to just speaking up and saying, hey, there's another point of view, but understand your motives.
Well, let me ask the question then. So what if someone is trying to relieve their angry emotions? Then what? Well, how do you deal with that?
I think being a receptacle for those angry emotions by discussing or debating or whatever, it really sets you up. I can't imagine having being a receptacle creating a positive energy for having a great Thanksgiving. It just I don't see how it works that way. And there are so many people that are angry, myself included. I have to admit that when I my feelings about politics gets me worked up sometimes, and I know that it's really not about politics. It's about my own anger, and I clear my own anger. And then I have the perspective to say, okay, well, there are other points of view. I can accept a different viewpoint, and then I can still be angry about how it's, the process that it's being portrayed, whether it's in the media or by politicians.
Well, I just want to make a point about something, or point out something, excuse me. There's always one or two people in the group, even if you don't know them right out of the gate, or even if you do, that they're going to, in the past, or that you have in the past been set up to be somebody's receptacle for that angry energy. That's where, when you ask yourself the motivation, first for yourself, is your neediness getting you in trouble here? to just talk to somebody? Or is it that in the past, those others know that you're going to stand up and fight with them? You're going to give them the quote argument or debate that they've been looking for because their wife or their husband is dull and boring.
And frankly, it's not going to create positive energy around Thanksgiving.
No matter what.
Yes. Or any event, frankly.
Okay.
So I want to talk about newsletter bonus, because this week we're offering clearings to help you get through the Thanksgiving in a positive way, to create good energy around the Thanksgiving event.
Okay.
And, we've had so many good comments about our newsletter. I'm seeing, with the statistics, that a lot of people are opening it up and looking at it and reading it. And we've set it up so you can open it up on your smartphone, and then you can read those clearings every day of the week. You can get your newsletter and then read the clearings for having a great Thanksgiving all the way up until Thanksgiving. It's a great thing to do. Please, do it right now if you're not driving, or you can do it conveniently, but go to your computer, go to www.livinglighter.org. It's one word, living, LIVINGLIGHTER.org. Go to the newsletter tab, and all we ask for is your name, first name, last name, and email address, and sign up. And it's free. You can have it. Every week we're going to give you clearings for the topic. And if you just start doing this, you're gonna start the ecosystem approach and uncovering your ecosystem or your essence to have unlimited potential. So do that now, if you would.
And one more thing. Remember, when you clear for yourself, and especially in the next few weeks, you can also clear for your family. Get rid of the same old patterns, the same old lousy food. Somebody might find a new, better bakery or something. So let's get back to the politics thing, Jason. Can you give us an example of the hooks or the bait that people should be aware of that get them sucked into politic debates?
So here it is, and this is for yourself. These are your hooks and bait that connects you, and it's the need to prove yourself. Oh my gosh. Ooh. It's the need to show what you know.
So would you clear neediness then, Jason?
It's a neediness to prove yourself, the neediness to show what you know, the neediness to be right, the need for revenge,
the need for attention.
Yes. The need to win are all ways to trap you into dysfunctional political debates. And we're going to clear those today.
The need to win so I can fight. Yay, in the middle of my mother's living room.
Yes.
Love it. Oh, no.
Maybe you have this deep resentment against your sister, and disagreeing with her and condescending with her is your way to get even. I'd prefer, you can do it however you want, but politics is a kind of a covert way, an indirect way, it's sort of a slimy way to do that. Well, you should just confront your sister about your
other
conflict.
Issues, yes, with her. Yes, okay, I'll agree with that. Okay, so let's get back to politics. Okay, I know that all things can be cleared. First off, because I personally, that's has definitely been right for me. But needing to prove yourself and tell everyone what you know, or try and get someone to see your point of view. What does that do for you, Jason?
It's an indirect way to deal with those emotions. And frankly, you're much better off going off by yourself, doing the clearing your anger, resentment. Maybe your sister stole your sweater when you were 10 years old, and you still resent the fact that she always gets what she wants and you don't get what you want. Well, instead of arguing with her about politics, just confront her about the sweater. Or even better, clear resentment and your need for revenge that you are holding on to, that about this rivalry that you've had with your sister or your brother or someone else in your family.
And you might find that the sweater didn't matter because it's definitely gone. There's that, but it will also give you insight to see where you're being set up now and in the future.
Here's the big thing, and I'm going to digress just a little bit, but the problem with politics in our world today is that we're being programmed for our point of view, and we're using our politics as our way to relieve our negative emotions. It's so much better. It's so much more direct just to clear your negative emotions. Once you clear them, then we could come together and figure out solutions that work for all of us. And if you're doing clearing and using the ecosystem approach, that doesn't mean that we all have the same perspective. What it means
is that we have to have the same perspective.
Exactly. What it means is we refine our emotions so that they're usable for our essence, and that we can resolve conflicts and difficulties and disagreements with other people much more easily. You know, the ecosystem approach, if everyone were to use that, the political divide right now would not be what it is, and we'd be able to come together and have a much more we would probably elect different leaders, and we'd have a much more productive conversation about the whole thing.
I love that, Jason. So, I want to go back to the ecosystem approach for a moment. By the way, that's what we always talk about. But the ecosystem approach, it is not only going to help you, it is going to help your family. It is going to help your day with your family, or even 1 hour with your family. But it is also going to help everyone around you be able to be a lot easier and smoother and calmer about the differences that there are. Think about when you sit around the Thanksgiving table in the future. Think about all the differences that are sitting at the table, and how all of the programming that you've had through your life has really affected each and every one of you.
Before we go to key points, The truth is that what's happening with our politics is that we're using our negative emotions that haven't been cleared
exactly
to solidify our political opinions, which is what keeps everybody stuck.
And by the way, I thank you for finishing that for me, Jason. That was exactly where I was going. So, Jason, what are the key points for this segment?
Understanding your own motivations is key to political discussions. Mm-hmm. Understanding other people's motivations is key to how you respond to them. Mm. Clear the hooks for yourself that trap you into dysfunctional political debates. And the buildup of negative emotions creates dysfunctional emotions and prevents good citizenship.
Stay tuned. When we come back, we're going to talk about how and what you can do for yourself to make this a great Thanksgiving. This is Living Lighter with Jason and Patricia, with an ecosystem approach to your life. You're listening to Transformation Talk Radio.
Hi, I'm Steve Kramer of Spirit Fire Radio, and I believe that meditation changes everything. It leads us in the direction of greater well-being, and that's a fact. I struggled with meditation for years. I understood the principles, but I found it hard to incorporate them into my everyday life. Spirit Fire's meditation practice changed that. It's called the Practice of Living Awareness, and it's taught in 14 steps. These are 14 tools that I can use in any moment, on and off the cushion. Steps like smile, flow, and ground of being support my clarity of mind while I'm navigating the ups and downs of modern life. That's why it's called the Practice of Living Awareness. If you'd like to add meditation to your daily experience, the Practice of Living Awareness is free, online, and it's suited for any level of practitioner. Visit spiritfire.com for more information. And be sure to check out Spirit Fire's meditation retreats in Western Massachusetts. It's all there at spiritfire.com.
Ignite your inner magic on Grow Your Soul Radio with Jane Matanga. Tune in each month on Transformation Talk Radio as host Jane Matanga explores how to overcome your fears to help you gain the inspiration you need to awaken your path to joy. Learn the way to life mastery and the enlightened path with Grow Your Soul Radio. For more information on Jane Matanga and her work, visit enlightened-path.com.
Are you tired of being tired? Hi, I'm Mary Jane Mack. Did you know the adrenal glands, the workhorse of the body? They are the means by which you position yourself in life for whatever comes your way. Tiny but mighty, producing hormones the body uses to promote energy and vitality. These adrenals determine how you respond to stress, and when depleted, the body loses its ability to function powerfully when we need it most. The much-needed adrenaline or epinephrine is not available for emergency situations. Cortisone and cortisol, the longer-acting anti-stress adrenal hormones, can also become depleted due to the pace of our everyday lives. We overwork and undernutrition our most powerful ally that helps us to live the lives we desire. We are able to determine the optimum function of the adrenals and put your system back in balance. Contact us today to feel powerfully energized at 888-777-4232 or visit us at maryjanemack.com.
Have you ever wondered if there's a way to heal the deep, hidden inner issues, wounds, beliefs, and traumas? The journey into spiritual healing engages people in all areas of their lives to heal themselves and others. Tune in each month on Transformation Talk Radio as Dr. Jaffe brings conversations of healing of body, mind, and spirit as he merges the excellence of traditional medicine with the beauty of spiritual healing. For more information about Dr. Jaffe, this show, and his work, visit drjaffemd.com.
This is Living Lighter Radio with Jason, and I'm Patricia. Today we're talking about what you can do for yourself to make this a great Thanksgiving. We use an ecosystem approach to you, which is much different than what you are commonly taught. We see human beings as ecosystems that need to be uncovered instead of programmed. Human potential becomes infinite with our ecosystem approach. Okay. Isn't it pretty vague to say that we can tell everyone how to make a great Thanksgiving for everyone out there, Jason?
Well, yes, but it's never one size fits all. And it boils down to two things.
Okay.
First, if you know what your issues are around Thanksgiving, clear those. You know, when we, in our next segment, we're going to do some clearing, and we're going to get pretty close to everybody's issues. So you don't have to worry. We're going to touch on something that's connected to your issues. But second, if you don't know what your issues are, we can clear the numbness around your feelings. And that's the ecosystem approach in a nutshell for all topics, not just having a great Thanksgiving. We first clear the numbness so you can start to perceive what your feelings are. And the more you work with the ecosystem approach, we give you a language. That's part of the training that we do so that you can understand what those issues are. Generally and specifically.
Okay. So I want to go back to, first off, clearing your issues around Thanksgiving. Jason says, clear those. Well, give us a few examples of what those issues could be.
You know, I'm taking sibling rivalry because it's so pertinent. Okay. Well, so let's say you go to Thanksgiving and your sister does something that makes you really mad. Well,
or how about your sister cooks a better turkey than you?
Well, okay, but that's changing my subject. The truth is you get angry. You get angry and talk about rivalry. You get angry and you say, well, my issue is anger at my sister. When you clear the anger, and then probably you realize at some point, oh, it's not really anger. It's jealousy.
Wow.
It's competition.
Yes.
You know, and most people, we've seen it so many times when we work with clients for all these years. Oh, that's jealousy. Oh, that's not jealousy. I'm just angry. Well,
yes.
Why are you angry?
Or I'm envious. That's one I've heard. Yes.
Envious. People don't understand their own jealousies. You know, it masquerades as other emotions like hurt or anger or resentment. And we don't really understand what's underneath that. And when you apply the ecosystem approach, you do it in layers, and it works in layers. It works naturally and organically the way you are designed, and it keeps going into these different areas.
Well, you know, I remembered something. Thanksgiving was always huge, has always been a huge holiday in my family. And I remember even younger, when I was younger, how my mother would say things like, well, I wonder who's going to make the best dish this year. I wonder what your sisters and your cousins, I wonder what they're going to be wearing. Now, that sets up jealousy right out of the gate.
Competition, yes.
And then competition. And the competition, if you have something similar to this or whatever, start by clearing the competition. And if you don't understand it, clear competition, jealousy, envy, anger, even resentment. And pretty soon you're going to go, it doesn't matter what I'm wearing. It doesn't matter if I bring something or not. Now, if you were asked to bring something, I suggest that you might want to do that. That could cause a whole nother fight there. But my point being, it's about jealousy and competition.
The other thing is that people say, well, I didn't mean anything by it when I said who's going to wear what, or I wonder who's going to have the most tasty dish. But if you start to do the clearing and you see your own motivations, it helps you see other people's motivations. Exactly. So often,
and how you don't have to bite into them, so to speak.
The same comment could be benign with one person, but have an agenda with another.
Right.
And to see those things happens when you implement the ecosystem approach, because as you see your own stuff, your own issues, and frankly, a lot of times those issues are not that attractive. It's not like it's, oh my gosh, I just saw this great issue. I never thought I was, sometimes that happens, but not usually. It's the negative issues, because when we program ourselves, we overlook the bad stuff by definition.
Right.
But as you see those negative issues and clear them, then there's a sense of empowerment that you have that you wouldn't normally have.
So, Jason, I want to talk about something. I want to talk about, first off, if you have numbness about all of this, in other words, you're like, I don't see or feel anything. Okay. Not only clear numbness, but also clear confusion.
Yes.
Confusion and numbness, they're actually different energies. And by the way, you'll get some great benefit. And if you start today by doing this, you might not have that perfect Thanksgiving or the best Thanksgiving ever, but the truth is you're starting somewhere. And that is one of the most important things that I can even say today. Start somewhere.
And the truth is, if you clear constantly, consistently, and specifically,
yes,
and you keep doing that, by next Thanksgiving, it's going to be much, much different.
Much, much better as well.
The key to having a great Thanksgiving, to walking in the door and not feeling like a pincushion for all those comments and digs and barbs, is having a strong, authentic self. Having a strong, authentic self is clearing the negative energy away from your essence. And you don't have to worry about, am I clearing away from my essence or not? It happens naturally and organically. And as we set up the ecosystem approach, it all happens naturally. All you have to do is start clearing. That's all you have to do. It's really almost too simple.
Well, and there's a really good point here, Jason. When we start doing the clearing, what happens is then we don't, and this is, we start eating better. We actually do better things for ourselves. In other words, don't buy into the motives and the motivations of others.
Yes, it comes from you. It comes from your center.
Exactly.
So, key points.
Okay. Wait, Jason, what are the key points of this segment?
Clear specifically the issues that are personal to you around Thanksgiving. Clear your numbness to any issues that may be invisible to you about Thanksgiving. Presenting your authentic self is the key to a great Thanksgiving, and clear the barriers to your authentic self from showing up for Thanksgiving.
Okay. So, Jason, let's talk about how to work with the energy here.
We're going to teach you how to clear in this segment, and then next segment, we're going to do some clearing. So here we go. All you have to do, you don't have to sit in a special way. All you have to do is just be present. And as we say to eliminate, we'll say some words, and then we'll say to eliminate. Use your imagination. Gather up whatever we say to eliminate, gather it up in your body, and then blow it into a trash can. You can use an actual trash can. You can use an imaginary trash can. You do this all in your mind's eye. Take a gentle breath and exhale. We don't want anybody hyperventilating. You won't clear more energy if you breathe harder. Just a gentle breath is all that's necessary. And then we'll go on to the next thing, or next emotion that we want to clear.
And I want to say, because your intention to get rid of the negative energy matters. It's a really important point.
Yes, and while you're talking about intention, set your intention so that if we clear something that you don't think applies to you, it won't hurt you to clear it, but set your intention to help someone else that's listening at the same time so you can help them.
I love that. I love that. All right, so now let's, then we're going to activate life force. Life force is, by the way, the most positive energy that we have anywhere access to. And what you're going to do is you're going to take a nice breath and you're going to pull in that life force energy. You're going to pull it in through the top of your head or through your heart. Let it go all the way down your arms and your torso, and then all the way down your legs, and then blow out a breath. Any negative energies can go right out with that into the garbage can, and then activate life force energy again. So stay tuned when we come back. We're going to help you change the energy to have a great Thanksgiving. This is Living Lighter with Jason and Patricia, with an ecosystem approach to your life. You're listening to Transformation Talk Radio.
Would you like your next chapter to be free from fear and angst? Tune in to Your Next Chapter Radio, navigating through life's transitions with Shelley Ryan the fourth Monday at 12 p.m. Pacific on TransformationTalkRadio.com. Shelley's contagious enthusiasm guides you through life's transitions deliberately, mindfully, and funnily. For Your Next Chapter coaching or to listen, visit YourNextChapterCoaching.com or call 602-617-8351. Next. Our angels and animals are always working for and around us. Darcy Pariso knew from an early age she felt this incredible presence that was confirmed for her in a Reiki Level 1 course. From then on, she has honed her skills and dedicated her talents to providing answers, inspiration, and tools for people to move past limiting blocks and past traumas to truly live a life of happiness. For more information about working with Darcy, visit darcypariso.com.
A word of caution: if you prefer the status quo and you are not interested in improving every aspect of your life, this book will trigger the shift out of you. The Truth is Funny, Shift Happens is available now. Author Colette Steffen brings the powerful knowledge and life-changing energy and empowerment from the radio airwaves to the pages of her new book. To get your copy in paperback or ebook, visit thetruthisfunny.com today.
Interested in deepening your spiritual practice? The School for Esoteric Studies offers online training to spiritual seekers from all paths of life and individual coaching. Our courses synthesize Eastern and Western spiritual traditions based on meditation, study, and service applied to everyday life. To learn more about our courses and services, please visit www.esotericstudies.net.
Tune in to The Jen Royster Show, intuitive guidance to inspire your life, each Thursday at 8 a.m. Pacific and 11 a.m. Eastern on TransformationTalkRadio.com. This amazing show is an inspirational hour that will take you on an epic metaphysical journey to discover the spiritual approach to life's greatest challenges. Dr. Jen is an internationally known intuitive counselor, spiritual teacher, and energy healer. Call in for intuitive readings and visit JenRoyster.com for more information.
Have you been searching for a push to step out and share your gifts with the world? Allow Charlene Hess to empower you to start shedding the layers of your ego that are holding you back and begin feeling connected to your heart so that you can shine your unique divine light and share your gifts with the world. Tune in to the Charlene Hess Show, Living on Your Heart's Edge, every first and third Friday at noon Pacific on TransformationTalkRadio.com. For more information, visit CharleneHess.com.
This is Living Lighter Radio with Jason, and I'm Patricia. We're going to help you work with the changes in your life, big and small.
This is for
Thanksgiving.
Having a great Thanksgiving. Yes.
Okay. So, Jason, you want to get started?
Here we go. I direct all my resources in all dimensions to eliminate the veils and illusions so I can see my motivations and resistance to Thanksgiving plans. Take a breath. And to eliminate the veils and illusions so I can see my family issues that come up and so I can clear them. Take a breath.
And if anyone doesn't realize what a big concept that is to be able to clear these issues, clear these negative energies, clear them, and then wait and see what happens for Thanksgiving. Often you will be amazed.
We feel like we're victims to these energies. There's nothing we can do, and it's not true.
So let's do that, and to eliminate any and all victim energy that I have and that my family has to the past behaviors of the holidays. Take a breath.
And to eliminate the anger, resentment, and bitterness I have about all things political. Take a breath.
And to eliminate the veils and illusions so I can see my hurt and pain, anger and resentment, and even loneliness that I have around Thanksgiving and get rid of it. Take a breath.
And to eliminate being a victim to those hurts and anger and resentment that I have around Thanksgiving.
And even loneliness.
Yes, take a breath.
Remember, you can be lonely in a room full of people. That is an energy. It can be cleared. So, and to eliminate any numbness or confusion I have to my issues and feelings around Thanksgiving and my family or no family. Take a breath.
The veils and illusions, and to eliminate the veils and illusions so I can see other people's motivations about all things political. Take a breath.
And to eliminate any energies I'm carrying that say, I will be your victim about the rules and the programmings and the old behaviors of Thanksgiving. And that includes being stuck in disagreeable politics of Thanksgiving. Take a breath.
You know, one of the things that we didn't cover or just touched upon was loneliness around Thanksgiving. So here we go. And to eliminate being a victim to any loneliness I have, whether I'm with people or not, around Thanksgiving. Right. Take a breath. If you clear the victim energy, you can find a way to connect with people that can be satisfying.
And if you want to, if you don't want to, that's okay. But holding on to lonely energy doesn't serve anything or anyone.
And to eliminate feeling powerless and the barriers to my courage so I can overcome my loneliness around the holidays. Take a breath.
Oh, I got a big one. And to eliminate all the disappointment from past Thanksgivings and holidays that I'm holding on to, that I've turned into resentment that creates revenge. I release and let go those negative energies. Take a breath.
And to eliminate that the need to express that revenge through political discussions. Take a breath.
Well, Jason, it's either political discussions or how heavy Aunt Mabel has gotten. So,
yes.
So, and to eliminate the neediness to judge everyone and everything around you, be it a holiday or not. Take a breath.
And to activate life force so that I can have the strength and power connected to my authentic self during Thanksgiving. Take a breath and imagine that pure light coming into you. Take a breath.
and to activate life force so I can love myself, and clear to reveal my authentic self at any time. Take a breath.
And to activate life force so I can relax and enjoy my Thanksgiving and family and friends.
Nice.
Take a breath. And to activate life force so I can harmonize with everyone who I choose to be with on Thanksgiving. Take a breath. And to activate life force so I can love myself enough to be peaceful and happy right now.
Take a breath. So, Jason, what are we going to talk about next week?
We're going to talk about family relationships. You know, we've been talking about holiday stress and holiday issues for the last couple shows, and this is one that comes into the forefront. Obviously, it doesn't always happen around the holidays, but if there's a problem with it, it happens around the holidays. So, you know, we're going to deal with family relationships. It's going to be a really powerful show, and we can talk about the rules, about how we can deal with that, and if there are rules and if there doesn't have to be.
Interesting. I know one of the rules in my family, if you didn't show up to dinner on time, you were in deep trouble.
Yes.
Okay. That's kind of one of those rules he's talking about there. So if you liked your experience with us today, mark your calendar. This is Living Lighter Radio, and we happen every week, Monday at 1 p.m. Pacific and 4 p.m. Eastern Time. If you can't listen at that time, our show is recorded, and you can go to our website, www.livinglighter.org, and look for the radio tab.
You know, we have lots of shows now. There are over 30 now. And if you scroll in that radio tab up and down in that little box that has all the radio shows, you can go to other topics and you can download them anytime you want. So they're available to you forever. So listen to some of our other shows. If you're having any questions or you like this and you think, I want to use the ecosystem approach, that's the way to do it.
Okay. If you really want to feel better and make clearing constantly, consistently, and specifically, you have to sign up for our newsletter. When you do this, you also get the backstory of Living Lighter Radio and us, Jason and Patricia.
That's really beneficial, and we really encourage you to do that. And all you have to do is go to www.livinglighter.org, go to the newsletter tab, and we just ask for your name and email address, and it's free.
You know, on that newsletter, it's really amazing because you get some clearings, some extra clearings, which is absolutely wonderful that you can pull up and download to your phone at any time. And, you know, you can change the energy for you in the moment by doing the clearings.
Yes.
So we love to hear your comments. So send us a note on our email address, which is jasonandpatricia@livinglighter.org.
Jason and Patricia is one word, you know, JASONANDPATRICIA. So we'd love to hear your comments, topic suggestions, any of that.
And by the way, we've done a couple of really good shows with people saying, you know, hey, can we, will you talk about this? Will you do a show on that? It's really kind of nice.
Exactly.
So if you got a benefit today and had some fun, go like us on Facebook. We're at livinglighter.org. If you like us, then we always preview the next show on our Facebook page every week. We'll connect next week, Monday at 1 p.m. Pacific and 4 p.m. Eastern Time. This is Transformation Talk Radio. You're listening to Living Lighter Radio with Jason and Patricia.
Wishing you a lifetime of living lighter.
Thank you for listening to Living Lighter Radio with Jason and Patricia. I'm Patricia. We have an ecosystem approach to your life. Tune in weekly as we discuss what's truly holding you back. We offer you the tools you need to reach your goals and at the same time be living lighter. For more information, visit our website at www.livinglighter.org.